It's actually been a while since I walked through the garden. I've done it so many times. It felt like there wasn't much point to it. But it seems completely new now that I have somebody new to share it with. Yes, the thralls take care of most of the gardening, but I like to do a little myself as well. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pull on the chain. Are you alright? Well, yes. I'm afraid it is necessary. It's one thing to let you roam the palace freely, but I'm just not sure I can trust you while we're outside. How do I know you won't try to run, with freedom just beyond the garden wall? I've done my best to make sure that your collar is comfortable, and it's not as though I'm constantly tugging on the chain and leading you around. It's just for my own peace of mind. You benefit from it as well, you know. The woods aren't exactly safe. If you were to make an impulsive decision and run, you might get yourself hurt. It's better for both of us that I keep you, well, on a short leash. Oh? You must be feeling much more comfortable around me to be that cheeky. I'm glad you're able to speak freely now, but be careful. Take it too far, and I might just get upset with you. And, as a matter of fact, I do think it's my job to take care of you. You're mine now, after all. What sort of owner lets their prized possession just slip away on its own? I'm going to do everything within my power to keep you safe and happy, pet. Am I? Well, why shouldn't I be possessive of you? I love having you around. You're a very important person to me, even though we've only known each other a short time. I think it's perfectly natural, don't you? I think you like the idea more than you let on. You've been so very obedient to me. You didn't struggle at all when I put that iron collar around your neck. I think you feel safe with me, despite what you say. Was life on the outside a bit difficult for you, pet? Did you have many worries? Perhaps that's why you traveled so much. But now, here, you don't have to worry about anything at all, because I can handle all of it for you. Different? I'm I haven't changed. We're just closer to each other now, that's all. You know that people start to talk to one another differently as they bond, don't you? Or have you never gotten this familiar with a lady before? I'm only joking, of course. You're so charming. I'm certain I'm not the first. You're a bit shy, yes, and soft-spoken. But I like that. It makes you so sweet. Sweet. You must be so very sweet. I want... I... But yes, it's so very nice to have you with me. You make me think of the old days, back when I wasn't trapped here. I used to go out into the kingdom, visit my subjects, meet new people. Ah, it was so refreshing. Oh, not exactly. I'm not literally trapped in the palace, of course. The front gate is right over there, obviously. But there are two things keeping me here. First, my weakness to sunlight. I can only travel half a night's journey before I need to turn back and be here by sunrise, and that's cutting it far too close for my liking. I have ways of traveling quickly, but it's still difficult to find inhabited areas close enough to me. And aside from that, it's a matter of safety. Other people's safety. Particularly with the moon waxing, I just can't. No, it's nothing. Don't think on it. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's best for everyone involved if I stay here. Even if I don't get to meet new people. But now, here you are. Kind, charming, adorable, and delicious. I'm so sorry. I keep getting away from myself tonight. It's just... I haven't had any blood at all since the night that you arrived here. I haven't dared. When I fed on my thralls just after you arrived, I just kept thinking of you. I imagined that it was your neck underneath my fangs. And it was more than just daydreaming. It felt like a hallucination. I'm afraid if that keeps happening, the hallucinations could get worse. I might take your blood thinking that you're a thrall. Well, yes. I have to feed eventually. I was hoping that it would get easier as I got to know you better. And that maybe my thrall's blood would seem much more appealing after waiting too. But the longer I go, the more and more I crave your blood in particular. I just never thought that I'd want a human's blood this much. The craving is so off-putting. I don't feel like myself. Who knows whether I'd be able to control myself in the state that I'm in. It's one of the things that I've been worried about most since becoming a vampire. My thralls, they all give blood willingly, and it always sated me without making me lose control. But I'm terrified of what will happen if someday I drink from an unwilling victim, or hurt a willing one. It's a line I do not want to cross, and I especially don't want to cross that line with you. It would be one thing if it was some awful person, or even just a boring stranger. But I've already found myself in such fond feelings of you. I'm keeping you here against your will too, even if it's a matter of necessity. So the least that I can do is treat you with nothing but gentleness and kindness. I couldn't live with myself if I did the opposite. Even with all of that to worry about, I think I could handle it. I could handle all the worries of being a vampire if I were only a vampire. I've had centuries to come to terms with things, after all. But being a lycanthrope on top of it all, the combination just makes things even harder. The life of a vampire wolf brings far more challenges than the sum of its parts. Could you speak up, pet? You said that so quietly. I could scarcely hear you. Oh. Well. My dear, that's very, very generous. I'm glad to know that you're willing to give me your blood. It's a load off my chest, truly. But I don't know if that's wise. My true concern here is over whether I could restrain myself. I just don't know if it's safe. Out of curiosity, Pat, why are you so willing to let a vampire drink your blood? I feel close to you after only a short time, but I don't know how much of that is due to genuine closeness and how much is hunger. And I'm the one keeping you from returning home. Do you really trust me so readily after such a brief stay? You're so sweet. Thank you for saying that. I've certainly done all I could to care for your needs here. I was worried that you would resent me anyway, but I suppose I worried too much. It seems you're the forgiving sort, But it's not a bad thing to consider your own safety, dear. You don't have to offer me your blood just because I've been feeding and sheltering you. It's yours, and as much as I want it, I don't want you to give it to me lightly. Well, if you're certain, I'll consider it. I'll put some thought into how to do things properly and make sure that you're safe. But regardless of what I decide, it means the world to me that you put so much trust in me. I assure you that I won't betray that trust. Perhaps feeding from the thralls will put me at ease again. It's possible that with a full belly, it might put a stop to the hallucinations. One can hope, anyway. Oh, but my goodness, I've been absolutely ranting to you all about hallucinating about your blood and feeling out of control. What sort of caretaker am I? I must be making you feel terribly unsafe. It's surprisingly easy to be vulnerable around you, it seems. I'm sorry, Pat. I didn't mean to lay so many worrisome thoughts on you. Why don't we go back to your room? You can go ahead and have some time to rest, time for yourself, and I'll figure out how to proceed. You don't need to be there listening to me planning things out as though I'm deciding how to serve the main course of a dinner party. Come along, my dear pet. I hope that this little walk has been energizing for you, the subject of conversation aside. Thank you, pet. I'll speak to you again soon.